Hey guys, it's Maymay and I am so excited to do this project. This is going to be a secret project. It's actually just a gift for someone and I'll share with you who it's going to later. But we're going to be using On the Farm, which is so cute, from Cartabella. We're going to be using a Doodlebug 6x8 mini album, the 6x6 paper from that same collection, as well as the ephemera and probably some other things that I've got in mind. Today, let's look at our album. Now, I went out there and I did some research on these albums. I wanted to see what people were doing with them. And I'm just going to tell you, there are some brilliant, brilliant ideas out there. And one video series in particular I really loved was done by a lady from Doodlebug named Jan. I'm going to put her video series in the description of this one for you guys because I think you'll really enjoy it. Now, I'm going to be inspired by a lot that she did. So you're going to see me do some of that, but also some of the other things I've seen in my research for these types of albums. You know, I think a lot of times whenever we see these ring bound albums and we see these kind of page protectors, we think, oh, you just put photos in them. But you know what? We can still give them our little charm with our cardstocks and things. Let's break the album down and see what we've got. So these albums come with this little colored binder. You can change up whichever one you want. They're beautiful colors. We'll have all that linked for you in the description. But this is what I love, what they come with inside, because you really only have to purchase the binder and everything you need to make the album is in it. And I love that. So inside, we're going to get 1, 2, 3 full-size sheets of protector. Oh, no, you get 4. There's the 4th one. Then we get 1, 2 of the 4x6s, okay? We're going to get these that are 4x6 on the top and then 2x3 on the bottom. You're going to get 2 of those. And then these are 2x3 and they're 4 times. So you're going to get 2 of those. So see, all that comes in the album. And I love that. And we're going to have some fun with those. I'm going to put those aside for now. Then we also get these pages, which I think these pages are great. We're going to be able to do a lot with these. These look like this, okay? And you can use them whichever way you want. But my favorite one is this one. This little guy right here, because it's a side pocket. Oops, I slung it. Because it's a side pocket, we can turn it in the book so we can have it this direction, which I think is really cool too. We can mix those around. And then I'm taking everything out so we can get started. Then you also get these pieces, which are dividers, and they are themed color-wise to match the spine of whichever book you get. So I went with gray because it matches my color, my paper pack. But if you got the purple or the teal or any of the other colors, this will coordinate. Then these guys right here, amazing. These are chipboard divider pieces. They're super thick. You see that? Love this. And you get 5 of them. So that's the breakdown of the album. Let's get this little piece off here. So here's the album, and we're going to do some stuff on the album outside as well, but I want to start on the inside. Let's get our photo pages. I want to start with these guys because I think this is where the most fun of the decorating is going to be. So a cool thing about the Doodlebug pages is they open to the left-hand side here. So we can create like book pages to go in here. So I think I'm going to do that with 2 of them. 2 of them we'll do something else with, but let me show you my plan for these. Now, I went ahead and got 2 packs of my cardstock because I feel like I might need it because I'm going to be using some pretty big pieces here. So this piece, which I think is adorable, I'm going to cut to be 8 and 1/8. I'm cutting it a little taller than 8 inches, and I'll show you why in just a second. And 1/8 might be too much, but I think it's going to work. And then I'm going to score him at 6, and I'm just going to use my trimmer for that because I got it here handy. All right, and then I'm going to slide this into my page protector. And what you'll see here is these little protectors are taller than 8 inches. That's why I went the 8 and 1/8. And it's actually not exactly 6 inches wide either. It's a little wider than that. What I'm going to do is go ahead and fold this page over like so. And slide that in. So my page hangs out just a little bit. I'll probably pay attention to that in the next one and do a little bit different. For this one, I'm not going to stress about it. But you see here, we've given ourselves kind of a little mini album book that'll be in this page, and we'll be able to add more things to it because we've given ourselves lots of room here. So there's that one. All right, our second binder sheet. We'll slide this guy in. And this time I should have him scored right. Yeah, I do. Okay, so now when we turn this over, we fold this down. Look at that. I love that. I like having that little peek of the paper underneath. That's really cute. So on that first one that I cut short, I decided to go back and I got the other, like I said, I bought 2 packs of paper. So I got the other one that matches it. I'll be able to use that other piece. It's big. We'll be able to use it somewhere in the book, no problem. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this one corrected so that I can see that little piece behind it too. Just measure your pieces. I should have really paid better attention when I did it. I just assumed 6 by 8, but it makes sense that these little protectors are a little bit generous so that it's easy to slide paper in and out of them. And I like this much better now. The other thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to round these corners at the bottom. I'm going to use my little 1/2-inch corner rounder. So on the pages that open, I think that'll be cute to have a little rounded edge. Like so. Isn't that cute? I love how that looks. And now we can decorate these and all that good stuff. So these I'm going to put into the binder. Isn't that cute? So now we have room to decorate. We can do stuff inside here, and these will go into our binder later, but I'm going to put them aside for now, and we'll come back to them. Let's look at our other page protectors. Okay, for this one right here, I'm going to do something else that I was inspired by Jen. I think I called her Jan earlier. I apologize. It's Jen Palmer. Again, we're going to link her below. I thought this was really cute what she did. I'm going to cut this down, this little piece, to about 4 1/8. And I'm going to see if that'll fit in. That's a little snug, so I'm going to trim that down again. Just until it fits. There we go. That fits well. Now, just like before, I need to score this at 6 1/4 so that it will fit into our protector correctly. So I'm going to put that at 6 1/4, and then I'm going to score it. And what you're going to see when we fold this and crease it is that this piece... Ooh, this cardstock's thick. This is some Harmony Hues, by the way. It is so thick. You're going to see that this piece is a little bit short, and that's okay. We're going to use that as a design element. You see that? So I'm going to slide this in here, just like so. And then that's going to hang over like that, and that gives us another little place to decorate. And that'll be super cute. We can put a cut apart. We can put a photo here, whatever we want to, and that gives us more room to decorate. Down here, let me show you this. This is cute. Top tip for you is to measure before you cut every time. And once you learn these measures, you'll know. So that's 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. So I'm going to go to my 6 by 6 pad, and I'm going to cut 4 1/8 and then 3 1/8. And I'm going to slip this piece into one of the bottoms. That's a little bit tall. We'll trim it off a tiny bit. And that'll live there. And then over here, I think it'll be cute to put a cut apart. Cute. And then we can decorate this and we'll be ready to go. All right, I'm going to do another sheet protector just like this. So there we go. Now we have these two done. And what's really cute is because we used the pattern paper, we even have the color on the back. Isn't that cute? And you can see I used the same pages for this. The same chicken and the same cut apart pages. And that is perfect. All right, we can put those aside. We're getting through these pretty quick. Now we have these little guys, and they also load from the side, which makes this really cute because we can do these little books that open. So let's look at our cut apart sheet. So these are going to be perfect for this. We can cut these out in sets of 2, fold them, and make little books that go into those little holders. So let me show you what I'm thinking. We've used this cut apart already, and we've used this one. So let's get this guy and this guy. So the reason you want to pay attention to this is you don't want to just cut all your cut aparts away. Like sometimes we do that. We'll just go ahead and cut them all apart. But because we want to use some kind of like little books, we want to wait to do that. So what I'm going to do is cut these into strips. If I were doing this as like an as many as card situation, I wouldn't mind at all cutting all of my cut aparts apart from the beginning. But because of how I want to use them here, we need to kind of wait on that. Okay, so there's one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to score it in the middle on that little line. And turn it into a little book. Isn't that cute? And it's got pattern on the inside. I love this. This is so coming back. That whole blue duck situation. Our whole house was decorated that way when I was a kid, and it is everywhere again. right, and then this one. Same thing, I'm gonna score it in the middle. And because I'm gonna do 2 of these pages, because I'm trying to do 2 at a time, I'm gonna go ahead and make 2 more of these little booklets for that page as well. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna slip 1 down in the bottom pocket. Just like that. And then I'm gonna put 1 in the top corner pocket. Let's do this one. So now we have 2 little openings here. Isn't that cute? Put those aside. Same thing over here. I'm going to slide 1 in this pocket and 1 in this bottom pocket. Super cute. Let's go to our 6x6 pad, and I'm going to cut pieces to fit in here of just decorator paper to fill those spots. Now on these 4x6 photo pockets I'm just going to do this in the album. I'm going to decorate on top of these in a minute to make them look super cute. But for now, I just want to make it where the recipient knows. Just stick some photos in here, okay? They can put them front and back, so they'll cover the front and the back, and that'll be cute. That's just good if you're giving this to somebody. Really, if it's somebody that doesn't scrapbook or has never done this, it really just helps them know where to put everything. Now I have these 2 left, and I'll show you what my plans are here. Now, you've seen before that we kind of make extra photo mats whenever we sit down to make some, we make several. This is using our stamp set called Oh Snap, and I think I can use these throughout this little album too, so I'm going to keep those handy. But I also need some 4x6s, and I've got some made up, but the font is different because I used a different stamp set. So I decided for this one to go to my prompted album stamp set and use them to match what I'd already put in earlier. You know, those ones I slid in. So I've loaded 2 stamp blocks, one that's for 4x6 and one that's for 3x4. This is just for speed. Also, I do have 2 of these stamp sets. You may not, so you might have to load them one at a time, but either way works. So I'm gonna run through here really quick, and I wanna make 4 of these that say place 4x6 photo here. I think if you're an album maker and you're gonna give them as a gift, this is kind of a game changer for people because they don't always know, you know, we give them these really cutesy albums full of adorable things, but they don't always know what to do with them. And if you just go ahead and set the album up for them, all they got to do is have some 4x6 photos and fill in the spots. Another tip, if you're given if you're given an album as a gift, this is my opinion, try to use standard photography sizes. And what I mean by that is try to use sizes that they can get developed at their local developer or something like that. The reason I say that is not everybody has software to be able to make their photos whatever size they want. If you're like me and you're making an album with photos in it, you can do any size you want because you can print them out like you want them. But I'm going to give this to someone who may not have that, you know, may not have an app to do that or a printer for that sort of thing. So I'm going to use standard sizes in this one. All right. This piece here, 6 1/8 by 8 1/8. And on the front, I'm going to do this. And on the back, I'm going to do this. So let's glue this down. If for some reason you're going to use sizes of photos that aren't standard sizes, just do the math and put the size on there for them so they don't have to figure out what size picture to put in. I'll show you what I mean when I get to the little Polaroids. All right, one on the front, one on the back. Now these guys, I'm just going to slip into the full-size photo protectors. And we'll have those ready, and we can decorate on top of the plastic as we go, as we start decorating. All right, so let's see what we've created so far. We've done really well and pretty quickly. So we've got 2 little sheets like this with little booklets. We've got 2 sheets here with the little books that we can fix in a little bit. These guys also have the little booklet openings, and then we've got 2 just photo sections and then 2 for photos here. So already doing great, very little work, and it's going to look incredible when it's done. Okay, so do you see this? I really like how this looks. Let me show you how I did it. So for this guy, you're going to need a 1/2 inch strip. So I'm cutting myself little 1/2 inch strips from cardstock. That doesn't matter about the orientation front to back, okay, because I want it to be able to look good on both sides. Then this is the only thing you have to do. At the top of the page, if you take your pokey tool and separate it, it helps. Then I'm going to stick my scissors in between here, okay, and right at that tippy top, I'm going to snip. So I just separated that just at the top, right to where it's glued together, okay? Then it makes putting this guy in easy, because now I can just slip this between there. And once you get it past this little hurdle, you can slide it in. And it does get tighter as you go. So you will have to kind of slow down in a minute and go kind of slow. And then once it sticks out the bottom, you can just pull it down. And then I'm going to trim this away even. And I'm going to cut out that little shape. Now, of all the unnecessary things I've ever done, that is very unnecessary, but I love how it looks on the page. I just think it really finishes these guys off. Once you get them all filled in, you're going to take your hole punch and you're just going to go right where the holes in your protector are and poke that out so it can go into your binder. So for me, I just feel like I like to do this every time I think it looks really neat and clean. I'm going to do this to all these guys and we'll get right back together. Okay, so let's check these out. This is how they look with their little binder pieces done. I'll just slide them like this. I think they're so cute like this. This little guy I bent a little bit, but I think he'll be okay once he's in the book. I do need to poke the holes, and then we'll stick these in the binder just to see what they feel like. I'll probably take these out and move them around 100 times, but I just like to see things kind of as I go, because sometimes it might spark an idea when I place them where they need to be. I don't want that one just next. I'm gonna try to mix everything up too. So we'll do a little flip through like this. So this is where we're starting. It's gonna be really, really cute. Lots of opportunity for decorating here. We still have our dividers that we can use as well. I don't know exactly what my plan is for those. I have some ideas. Let's think about those pages that we have that came in the book that already had pockets. So we have several of these, and I told you I want to do mine this way and this way here. These will have to just be the normal way, but we can also dress those up a bit. Let's cover these with some cardstock. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to stick my ruler in here about 1 inch in. So if I cut this to 4 by 8 1/4, that's a good place to use some scraps. So just a quick little dry run there. That's how I'm going to glue these down. So let's glue those in place. And then on the back of these guys, I took this piece and I cut it 6 by 8, and I'm going to flip one over and have a blue side and then the little cow print side. Or you could do both, but I like all the different patterns. I took some of the cut aparts and I trimmed them down to be a little smaller than 4 by 4, 1/8 of an inch on either side, so that I could put them onto some 4 by 4 cardstock and have a little matte edge like that. And then these I'm going to put here just to be a little, to go where the pocket is. So it'll still be open. I'm only going to glue them here and a pocket can go that way. I think that'll be super cute, and it just adds some of the cutesies from the paper pack. I want to try to line these up, and I've glued one down already. So I'm just going to stack my pages and get these pretty even here. So that way I can know they're pretty close to the same spot on the page. They won't be perfect, but they'll be pretty close. All right, so on the back side here, we have the opportunity to do photos, but I have another thing I want to do, but it won't be in this video. I've got so many other little decorating things I want to add. Let's put this into our binder. And I'm kind of thinking I want that to feel kind of center. I think I have 8 pages in here now, so let's pull 4. There we go. I'm going to open this up, and because of the way I laid this out, I thought it might be neat to kind of let that be almost like a centerfold kind of piece, because it opens up nice and flat. So I'm going to put those in there. So we are really getting somewhere. This is going to be super, super cute. All right, this is going to be part 1. We've got so much more to do. I really do want to try to do this in 2 parts. I cannot promise, but I'm going to try. It might be 3 because we might have to do the finishing touches, but there you go. And I know something you're going to wonder, because I also wondered, is how thick is this going to get? I still have plenty of room. Let me put my hand in there and squeeze that down. Look at all that. We still have plenty of room. And I want you to remember something. You don't have to use everything that comes in your albums. For example, if you decided, I'm going to be using these, but I'm going to do something different with them. But if you decided not to use these, they're a neutral color you can use in any album. Same here. If you didn't want to use all of these, you wouldn't have to. And I don't believe I'm going to get all of these in there. They're pretty thick, but I do think I can use most of these. All right, so that's where we are. We've gotten some cutesy little things done. We've gotten it ready to do some decorating and things like that. These albums are fun. They actually actually are kind of quick, but I want to break it up so that you're not watching so much at one time, such a long video. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed it. To watch the rest of the video, don't forget to subscribe. That way the next video will come up in your feed. And if you enjoyed this, or if you are enjoying it, give this video a big thumbs up. We call that Vinnying the video around here. And until next time, bye now.